2022 was a great year for historical movies, as there was a huge plethora of historical films that got released to cinemas and streaming platforms all across the world. And some of these films were absolutely amazing, but unfortunately a large number of them were also very mediocre and easily forgotten about. So the purpose of this list is to give you my top 5 recommendations of the best historical movies from all parts of the world that got released in 2022. And all these movies are great films that I think all viewers of this channel will really enjoy. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies or historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 5, it is Medieval, a historical film from the Czech Republic based on the legendary Hussite commander Jan Žižka, one of the most successful military leaders of his time, having never lost a battle in which he was the commander of his army. It is rare to see a film based on Czech history, and is an area of history that I admittedly have little to no knowledge of, which makes this movie all the more appealing and intriguing to me. This film was directed by Peter Jekyll and stars Ben Foster and Michael Caine in key roles, and they are both really great here, and I would say even all the secondary cast do a decent job in portraying their characters. Medieval also benefits from great set pieces, battle scenes and cinematography, but it lacks quite severely in telling a coherent story, as it seems to just jump all over the place and it gets quite difficult to follow at times. But nonetheless, Medieval is a great recommendation for anyone looking for a bloody and gruesome medieval adventure. At number 4, it is The Northman, a historical action film which follows the story of Amleth, a young Viking prince who is out to seek revenge for the murder of his father by his uncle, who wants to marry Amleth's mother and become king himself. Northman has a star-studded cast with Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman and Anya Taylor-Joy all playing large roles within the film, and everyone does a pretty good job in their role, if I do say so myself. The Northman was a movie I was really looking forward to, but unfortunately it just didn't live up to my expectations, as the acting, costume design, set pieces and the depiction of Viking culture and society were all very historically accurate and well done, but it just suffers from a very lackluster and dull story, as well as terrible pacing, as it just gets a bit tedious and monotonous at some points. But if you have any sort of interest in Viking or Norse history in general, then The Northman is definitely going to be an enjoyable watch for you. At number 3, it is Ponniyin Selvan Part 1, which is an epic historical drama based around the power struggle during the Chola rule between 900 and 950 AD in India. This is a large ensemble cast movie with several plots focusing around the various internal court politics and external threats the king and crown princes had to face during this time. The acting and plot in this film is amazing, with intriguing characters and plot twists, keeping the viewer engaged from beginning to end. There are some minor critiques from me about the film though, such as the action sequences being a bit lacking, as well as a jittery camera and poor angles that ruined the experience on the rare occasion. But overall, for anyone looking to venture into a new part of Indian history, then Ponniyin Selvan is a great recommendation for you. And the second spot on this list goes to Hunsan Rising Dragon, a South Korean war film which focuses on the role that Yi Sun-sin played in the Battle of Hunsan, and is the second film of the Kim Han-min's trilogy of movies based around the life of Yi Sun-sin. Hunsan is a movie with great production value, great costume design and set pieces, and it really does bring some unique aspects of naval warfare to life in a manner which many Western audiences may have not witnessed before. The battle scenes, plot and acting here is also great. The movie does have some needless side plots that don't really amount to anything much, and perhaps not enough character development around most of the characters in the movie besides Yi Sun-sin. But this does not stop Hunsan Rising Dragon from being one of the best naval adventures you will ever witness. And the top spot on this list goes to All Quiet on the Western Front, a Netflix original World War I movie which took the platform by storm, and the movie was way more engaging and emotional than anyone could have initially expected. The film follows Paul Bomer and his friends who naively join the German army as they have a romanticized version of war in their heads, and it is propaganda that the German government and army are just too happy to continue to fuel. But as the movie progresses, these young men lose their innocence as they experience the horrors and trauma of war, and the physical and mental impact it has on them. This movie has amazing acting, a great story, and a fantastic sense of realism. This movie is cold, calculated, and it shows the Germans as more than just being the big baddies or an evil force. They were a group of individual soldiers who didn't know what they were getting themselves into originally and just had no choices but to obey the commands of their generals by the end of the war. So if you love war movies, then All Quiet on the Western Front on Netflix will be the perfect film for you. So lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like this video and share it with others, and subscribe to my channel History Spark if you haven't done so already, as I post videos on historical movies and TV shows each and every week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.